it's Rudy from Better Music. I'm here with this awesome new machine. Just unpacked it this morning, had about an hour or two to have a fiddle with it. It's the new Roland RD-2000 that's just being released at NAMM at the moment. So what have we got? Well, we've got a return to the professional stage piano that Roland has always been famous for, the original RD series, which started way back. But this thing is loaded to the hilt with everything a modern performing musician or a studio musician or an amateur musician may ever want. You've got two very, very distinct sound engines on board. You've got the Supernatural modelling V piano engine, which is incredibly detailed acoustic pianos. So that's one whole engine with unlimited polyphony. On top of that, you've got another Supernatural engine for all the vintage electric pianos. You've got vintage effects, a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to go through and just show you some of the sounds so you can get an idea about it, and I'm going to then talk to you a little bit more about the features. So you heard the piano sound in the intro. That was the concert deep piano, which is, I think, is my favourite on the keyboard so far. It's just so nice. There's other ones as well. You've got a stage grand. A little bit brighter. There's so many different textures, so many different variations of sounds within the piano. And then on top of that, you've got the piano designer feature. You can tailor everything exactly how you want. Let's go through a few different ones. This one's called East Coast Studio. Then you've got symphonic ones. There's, as I said before, so many variations. You can sit here for hours just playing the piano sounds as I did an hour or so after I unpacked it, and they're mesmerising. They're so real. The modelling works in such a way that the piano behaves like a real piano. It's quite incredible. Of course, there's so many other sounds that a performing musician or a recording musician or even an amateur musician needs. And one of my favourites I always play in all my videos is the electric pianos. Now, Roland have had a real go at bringing some seriously good vintage electric pianos back into this RD-2000, and let's just have a listen to a few of those. This one is a 1975 Tyne electric piano, so it's like an old Fender Rhodes. I'm going to show you a few cool things you can do with this later on, but it's all hands-on on this machine. I'm going to go through a few more patches. Let's just see what else we've got. So 75, 1975 Mellow EP. Really, really nice. We've got a 1979 electric piano. Very, very cool. Now, I've got to say, having these really cool sounds is one thing, but having an action that allows you to be able to play them properly is another. And now we have the new hybrid PHA 50 action on board, which is also found in the range-topping LX series digital pianos that Roland make. So you've got the same action in this as you do in the $7,500 Roland digital piano. And it's very, very realistic. It's like playing a real piano. It allows you to express all the nuances that you need, whether it's on an acoustic piano or an electric piano. And it bites hard. If you want to lay into it, you can. If you want to play really delicately, you can. So it's very, very versatile. You've got over 1,000 sounds on board. One of the things that's in this day and age is very important to a lot of musicians is to be able to have something that allows interconnectivity between computers and DAWs, and they've nailed it with this one because you've got a USB audio interface built in, so you can connect your laptop or your desktop or whatever you're using with a whole suite of software synths that you may already have, and you can actually route the audio from your software synth in through the piano. You've got dedicated faders on board, so you can adjust the level of your software synth. You can have scene recalls to save your settings, and you basically use this as your controller, so you can mix the sounds in the piano with your software synths. Now that is very, very cool, and that's a first, and good on Roland for having thought about all these things and listen to musicians, because it allows you to do everything you'd want to do. Let's have a look at some of the other sounds on board. You've got all your classic sort of string sounds. Synth sounds, again, they're all editable. There's over 1,100 tones on the piano. And the effects section, there's so much you can do. I was talking about that before. Let's have a little look at that now. So I've got a patch that I set up just before, and I'm going to show you some of the things you can do with your effects section and the faders over here. So I've got an electric piano going right here. Now over here, I can go to my effects and I can go right through and fiddle. So at the moment I've got a tremolo on. I can change the type of effects that I've got on. Change the rate. I can put some driver. I can go in here and change. I've got modulation. I've got a whole bunch of different effects. I've also got on this patch set up, I've got a bass sound that I've put into a split. So I've got my electric piano up the top, and I've got a bass. I can adjust all the vintage effects and put them on the bass sound if I want to. So I just have my zone effects on, go to my number 4 fader, which is where my bass sound is, and I can go and change the type of bass effect that's on there. I've got a limiter, I've got a gate, and again I can adjust all the effects. Here's a really different one coming up. Where has it gone? Now that's on the bass sound, but on the electric piano I can go and change effects on that as well. So let's go back to our patch number 1, and we can adjust EQ, we can adjust reverb, all on the fly, all of your faders here. You can instantly remember it just by pressing right, and you can set it into a saved setting if you wanted to recall later. But again, the great thing they've done with this new RD is, which has moved on from the previous RD, is that you've got all your real-time faders here and real-time knobs, and you can tweak everything on the fly. It comes up on the screen as well. It's got a decent sized screen on board so you can see what's happening. And you've got full control and full menu and editing control as well. So it gives you the best of both worlds. So I've got all these great sounds. Of course, as a professional keyboard, whether in the studio or on stage, you need to have all the connections as well. So they've gone to town on it. You've got proper XLR balanced outs, you've got main outs, you've got sub outs, you've got every possible pedal combination you can put in, your damper pedals, your sostenuto, your sustain. You can put in an expression pedal as well to use for wah or organ. You've got full USB MIDI interface, USB audio interface as I discussed before. You've also got a USB memory stick port, so a device port, records full WAV file to the USB device and plays back of course as well. So you've got everything on board to have a jam with or to record on, which you can then dump to the computer afterwards. Really, they haven't really missed a thing. They've thought of everything. You've got ease of use, you've got your presets, all your faders, you've got instant control over everything. It's really a fantastic keyboard, and it's great to see Roland bringing back, you know, what they do best, and a really, really high-end pro stage piano, which anyone can enjoy. So I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. I've certainly enjoyed playing this new RD-2000. I think it's really, really cool. I'm gonna have a little jam with the rhythms, and I'll catch you next time.